Most people think they know how the story ends. John Wilkes Booth, actor, Confederate sympathizer, and the man who assassinated President Abraham Lincoln, was killed just 12 days after the shooting. Cornered in a Virginia tobacco barn, Booth refused to surrender. Union soldiers set the barn on fire, a shot rang out, and Booth was found dying on the ground. The nation exhaled. The assassin was dead. Justice was served, or so it seemed. But nearly 4 decades later, a man in Oklahoma would claim otherwise. And that's where things get weird. In 1903, a quiet, reclusive house painter named David E. George checked into a rooming house in Enid, Oklahoma Territory. Sick, depressed, and possibly paranoid, he confided in a local minister that he was living under an alias. On January 13th, he died by suicide, allegedly leaving behind one final bizarre confession. He said he was John Wilkes Booth. At first, few took it seriously. Why would the most wanted man in American history confess his secret on his deathbed in the middle of nowhere, decades after the fact? But when the undertaker examined the body, he found strange details. The man had a crushed thumb on his left hand. Booth was known to have had a similar injury. A long scar ran along the back of his neck, another match. And most notably, his left leg showed signs of a badly healed fracture, the same leg Booth broke when he leapt from the balcony after shooting Lincoln. Then came Finis L. Bates, a Memphis lawyer and amateur historian. Bates had known George years earlier under yet another name, John St. Helen, and claimed that even back then, the man had admitted to being Booth. Now, Bates believed he had proof. He had the body embalmed, and in true early 1900s fashion, he turned it into a traveling attraction. The Booth mummy, as it became known, was displayed at carnivals and fairs across the country for decades. People lined up to see the withered remains of the man who had killed a president, or so they were told. It sounds absurd today, but the story picked up steam. Newspapers reported on it, skeptics weighed in, and even some Civil War veterans were convinced. Booth's family stayed mostly silent, and the government refused to exhume the body buried under Booth's name. So, could it be true? Historians overwhelmingly say no. Booth was cornered in a barn in Virginia. He was shot, identified by Union officers, and buried. Official records, even by 19th century standards, were relatively solid. His autopsy, though sparse by modern expectations, confirmed key features. And multiple eyewitnesses, including people who had known him personally, testified to the body's identity. But for conspiracy theorists, the inconsistencies are enough to raise doubt. Why was Booth's body buried in secret? Why were certain records incomplete or missing? And why did multiple men over the years claim to be Booth, always with just enough detail to keep the legend alive? The truth is, we may never know for certain. In the early 1990s, Booth's descendants requested a court order to exhume his remains from the family plot in Baltimore, hoping to put the matter to rest with DNA. The government denied it. As for the Booth mummy, it vanished sometime in the mid-20th century. Some say it was sold to a private collector. Others claim it was destroyed. Like the man himself, its fate is a mystery. So here we are, over 150 years later, still asking the same question. Did John Wilkes Booth really die in that burning barn? Or did he escape justice, change his name, and live out his life as a ghost of history? No matter what you believe, one thing is clear. In the wild, strange shadows of the American frontier, even the truth isn't always easy. Share your thoughts in the comments section, and let's have a discussion.